So I just made another video about dumbass drivers that try to skip the line whenever there's a backup or delay on roads, and how that's not helpful to anyone and usually dangerous. But I also unfortunately have to point out that around where I live, that's not always the wrong response. Sometimes people park randomly wherever they want and impede traffic like it's no big deal, and those things that should not be happening don't leave you with a whole lot of choice. People have just gotten used to the bullshit and go around it, even though neither action is correct. I've got two examples to do with grocery stores here. The first is wholly incorrect. Here's a diagram of the parking lot. We're here, out of the parking space, in the correct lane, driving, trying to pull out of the parking lot, but have to stop because there's a pedestrian, using the crosswalk. And a car comes up behind us and just instinctively pulls around us instead of waiting for even a second, which is very bad. And they could have just hit the walkers because they didn't care why we were stopped. Like, what the fuck do you think we were doing? But then, here's another scenario I experienced at our clusterfuck of a mall plaza. This is the parking area. This is the two-way road that goes along the sidewalk, along the building. That's a crosswalk here, a stop sign here, and there are cars parked here, here, and here. These are not parking spots. This is a fucking road. But people feel like they're entitled to park up against the grocery store or bank or whatever if they've got a lot of stuff, or they're just gonna be quick, which is baffling in and of itself. But we pull up to a stop sign and stop. There's people actively crossing just here, so it's a bit pointless to move just yet, so we wait 30 seconds, and a car comes up around us completely to pass and doesn't stop at the stop sign because we're there. And it's like, as incorrect as that was, I almost don't blame them for assuming that we too aren't just randomly parked here for no reason and not moving, so they have to go around. The outgoing lane is otherwise already full of people parked out front of the sidewalk. It's not a bad assumption to think that we're just another one of them. And it's so fucking stupid that it turns everything out front of larger stores from a two-way to a one-way street that's not designed for that. And I understand that this has gone on so long that everyone feels like they can do it and nobody thinks twice about it, despite being a major inconvenience to everyone else around. But we seriously need to start holding people accountable. Like, no, this is not a parking spot. You may not pretend it is and occupy a road lane just because you think you deserve it or won't be too long. Because it's constant. It doesn't matter how quick you are still going to end up blocking traffic for several minutes. And then, as soon as you're done, someone else will do it because there's no consequences for it. We need Judy Hopps.